sound, and talking, and hello! How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing alright.
Alright. We Sudoku'd yesterday, so unless you have anything to talk about, I do not. Are you ready to get into Sudoku?
Let's go for it.
Alright, Sudoku, recording, and first puzzle for today is Potting the Pink by B.P.H. Mills. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Cells separated by a pink dot are prime numbers. Cells separated by a black dot have a 1:2 ratio, and cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. Cells separated by a red dot sum to 8. So are they saying that both cells separated by a pink dot are prime? It's the only thing I can think of.
Or maybe it's a 2-digit prime.
Well, I guess
3, 5, and 7 are the only single.
we've also got 2. But 1, 2, 3, 4,
2,
6,
3,
and
5, and 7.
yeah. Well, I mean, pink dots don't go more than the more than 4 in a box, so that does seem quite reasonable. Be 2, 3, 5, and 7, and any that are on a black dot
Become 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Box 5, box.
I missed box 1 entirely, or box 2.
Box 2, and box 3. There's a black dot in box 3.
And so the partners of those. So I missed 5, 7.
Box 7, there's one.
Yeah, partners. Would be 1 and 4 the 2, and 6 for the 3. I think.
Yeah.
And so let's cancel out a lot of these pairs here. And obviously you can't have a 6 going around this bend. So this has to be a 2, a 3, a 6. And you can't have a 1 here, so this has to be 4, which is going to have to reach 8. That makes that 2. Red dot sums to 8. Kind of a weird rule. Now if that can't be a 6, that means this is a 2. A 1, so 4 and 8. Puzzle seems to be sort of falling apart.
Going from box 1 to 4, there's a white croppy dot.
Alright, I think that's all of the things.
Column 8 has a 3-5 pair.
7, 1, not a 7. Oh, 3, 5 pair there now, which is gonna fix a lot of stuff over here, but the 3, 5 pair I also missed was that. Which is gonna fix this, which fixes that. Alright, we need a 1 and a 9. A 1 and a 9. That's a 4 now. We didn't have a 1 yet. 8, 9,
6,
and
8,
6.
9.
And this one's not 8. 6 and 9, I think. This one has to be 1 and 4 or 8. This one. 2,
8.
3, 8. She's gonna fix these. But then what about these two?
6 and 9.
That one's placed. So how about these two?
4 and 8. The top one's a 9.
9, 8, 4, 2, 1, 4, 8, 4. These two? Oh wait, this one's fixed. 6? No. 1.
4 and 9.
So this row is done.
8.
These two? Maybe this two, because it's in a box.
Those two are 6 and 9.
And I need a
6.
1.
Oh, no, 1 and 7.
5.
No, 5. Cease.
And then what's left in this box? 6, 8, 9.
8, 9.
That's not an 8. You can't pair a 6 across that. The other way. 6, 6, 9, 8, and done. That puzzle didn't have a whole lot to it. It just sort of, did, like, all of it all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't mean it's a bad puzzle. Short puzzles are good, too. Yeah. I don't think I hit the like on that one. And then, so puzzle number 2. 50 as well, by Kiriki, I believe. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Adjacent digits on a green line differ by at least 5. A purple line contains a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. In every box, the sum of the digits on the blue line add up to the same number. Also, all lines are modular lines. Every 3 sequential digits on the line are 1 each of the following groups: 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, and 3, 6, 9. Interesting. Well, we've got a single digit here that must be 3, so 6, 7, 8, 9. And it can't be a 6 because these 3 overlap with those 3. You can't have 4 digits that are the same 3, so both 6 and 7 are out because 6 is 1, 2, 3, 7 is 1, 2, 4. 8 and 9 are the only ones that have multiple possibilities. We have to have a 5 over here. Because of these 2 German whisper lines, we also have a 5 over here because of the longer German whisper line. So, I think yellow lines are just modular lines. If I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah.
Because normal Sudoku rules apply. Adjacent digits on a green line differ by at least 5. Purple lines are renbands. Blue lines are equal sum lines. And all lines are modular. So yeah, yellow's just modular lines.
Okay. That 8, 9 that's in box 8, all lines are modular lines.
Yeah.
You can't do 8 in 3 digits and have all 3 modular, because it's either 1, 2, 5, where 2 and 5 are in the same group, or 1, 3, 4, where 1 and 4 are in the same group. So that's going to have to be a 9.
Okay. And you can do 1, 2, 6, or 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4, and all of those are in different groups. So that's
right.
Not helpful,
but we know which one are the 3, 6, 9s.
Right.
On that.
3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6.
Is there a reason that one can't be a 9?
Because they have to sum to 9. Because the equal sum lines.
Oh, right. I totally forgot they were equal sum lines. Now,
I'm gonna mark this as orange. 3, 3, 3. Purple and green. So whatever the green group is, it is done in this column. Oh. The German whisper lines down here have to be
oh, but they're also modular.
If I think about the center digit, it's clearly not a 9, and it's clearly not a 5, and it's not 4 and 6.
Or 4 or 6.
So, can it be a 7 or a 3? Well, 7 would have to be flanked by both 1 and 2, but 7 and 1 are in the same group, so it can't be 7, and 3 is flanked by 8 and 9, but 3 and 9 are in the same group, but also the fact that we can't have a 9 in this box anyway. And 2 could be 7, 8, and 9, except for the fact that it would have to be 7 and 9 because you couldn't put an 8 next to the 2 because it's in the same modular group.
And that would be for the same as the one in box 7.
Right. 1, 2, 8, 9. And so I guess I don't know whether or not we have any information. Well, okay, so in this one, we know if it's 8, it has to be 1 and 3. But if it's 1 or 2, then it's 6, 7, 8. Well, a 1 couldn't pair with a 7. And a 2 can't pair with an 8. 2 doesn't work because it couldn't be 7, 9. And it couldn't be 2 and 6 because it's too far away. So 2 would be out. And so a 1 would have to be 8 and 6. So the 7's out. So we have to have 1 in here. Because it's either a 1 in the middle, or 8 pairs with 1 and 3. So you don't have a 1 over here. And actually, you have to have 8 as well, because it's either an 8 or the 1 which pairs with 6 and 8. So we have 2 or 9 over here. And 2, again, pairs with 7, 9. And 9 pairs with 1, 2, and 4. So we don't have to have a 2.
Well,
We do have to have 9.
yeah, because if 9 is in the middle, it's flanked by either 1 and 2 or 4 and 2 to put 1 from each
Oh, right.
group.
So it is a 2.
So it has to have a 2. So that has to have 2 and 9 and 1 and 8.
2, 1, 8, 9. Okay, what about this Renban up here? We've got 5. If we went up, we can do 6, 7, and 8. Although I guess
Well,
you're always going to end up with
if
the
you
right
consider the German whisper line in row 1,
Uh-huh.
that's going to be 3 high and 3 low.
Yeah.
But it has to contain, so it's going to be what in box 3, it's going to be 1 high, 1 low, and the 5. So I think it's going to have to be 4 and 7, or I mean 4 and 6 up there.
Probably. But
Because it could
don't.
go up to 7 or down to 3.
Four, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4. Right.
Now I
That
suppose
means
it's
8 and
possible that
9
it had
and 1 and 2 are over here then, right?
right. But I suppose the 3 or the 7 could be in box 3, depending on
Yeah.
which way it goes. With it just.
Oh, 3, 6 pair. It's going to take 3 and 6 out of this one.
Well, and for box on the Renban in box 3, 4 and 7 are on group 1. 5 is in group 2, and 3 and 6 are both group 3. So
We know we have 4, 5, and 6.
right. And the question is it 3 or 7?
Right.
So wouldn't the first digit or the cell 1 and cell 5 of that box, wouldn't those have to be from the same group?
Yeah,
Because they
these
have
two
to
would.
go in order.
So that would be 3 and 6, or 4 and 7. If it's 4 and 7, this is 5 and 6. If it's 3 and 6, this is 4 and 5. 3 and 7 are both out. Because 3 and 7 are the end question mark. Hmm. But also with the grouping thing. So these are 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. But you can't put a 3 in any of these. Nor could you put a 7. And the reason for that is because 7 would have to be next to 1.
And 2.
And 2. And 1 and 7 are in the same group. And 3 would have to be next to both 8 and 9. But 8 and 9 are both, or excuse me, 3 and 9 are in the same group. So these have to be 1, 2, 8, 9. 1, 2, 8, 9. And they can't be 5s. Three is next to 8, 4 is next to 9, 6 is next to 1, and 7 is next to 2. I don't know if we can make any decisions after that.
Let's see. If it starts with 3, it would have to be 3, 8, 1.
Nine, 2, 7. 3, 8, 1, 9, 2, 7.
If it starts with 4, it's 4, 9, 2. 7
817
or 8, yeah. Well, no, because
or
they have to be in the same
816.
order. So if it starts with 4, it's 4, 9, 2, and then it would have to be 7. But 7 can't go in the middle because 4 and 7 are the same group.
Yeah. You can't put 2 in the middle in here. Because if I put a 2 here, it would have to be surrounded by 8 and 9. Because I can't put a 6 next to it. So we don't have 2 here, and I think 8 can't be next to 1 and 2. So this has to be 1 and 9. So that eliminates 4 and 6. Which eliminates 3, 7. 4, 5, 6. But now this doesn't overlap with that group.
Right.
Now, 2 and 8 are in the same group.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 9 are not. Hmm. Oh, over here, these two have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're not 3 and 6, so they have to be 1, 2,
Yeah, because
but
it's either 1, 2, 6 or 2, 4, 5 again.
we don't have the ability to be 5. Because we know 5 has to be here. So
Mm-hmm.
we know we have to have 2.
Right. And it's the same with box 5 and box 6. Because the equal sum lines, which I had forgotten about earlier.
Yeah.
And it
But this one gets to be this one doesn't have
right.
5, but this one does. But this is either 2, 4 or 1, 2. Or I guess it could be 1, 5. This one is definitely 1, 2 or 1. Excuse me, 1, 2 or 2, 4. So we definitely have a 2 here. Three, 6, and 9 aren't allowed. But oh, and I guess 4 and 5 isn't allowed. but 1 and 8 and 2 and 7 aren't in the same group.
Right.
We've got this red band. Can't have a 9 in it, and it can't have a 2, so it can't have a 1.
And it doesn't have an 8. Because
Right.
8 has to be on the German Whisper.
So now we have to have a 5. And actually, over here, 3, 6, and 9 are out, so is 8, and so is 5. So we have to have a 2 here. It's 2 and 1, 4, or 7. But we don't have 1 because 1's down here. So now it's 4 or 7. A 1 is 6 and 8, which would make this a 7. So it'll have to be 3, 4, 5. And 8 is 1 and 3. But then you just have 5, 6, and 4 or 7, and then you're all set. You don't have as many limitations. Oh, this is a group of 3, that's a group of 3, which means this is a group of 3. And the group of 3 that's not on here is this one. This is 3, 6, or 9. And now we've got a 3, 6, 9 triple, which takes the 6 off of here.
Which places the... No, it
Oh,
doesn't.
right. It does
Yes,
place
it does.
a
It
9 there,
places the
because that's
9.
a 3, 6 pair. We already knew
That, and
there
we know
was
the
a
9
9
has
there.
to be... That has to be have 2 and 9. Yeah.
But up
Oh,
here...
and the center... Oh, no, it has to have 1 and 8.
And we already have a 9 here. But box 3, there's only one place for a 9, because it can't go on the red band,
Right.
and it can't go on the equal sum line, and this 9 down here knocks it out of these two. Could 369 be green? I don't see a reason why not. It's not orange. It's green or purple. This cannot be both 4 and 5. So it's one of 4 and 5, which pairs with this 4 or 5 to make this a 7. And now the only high digit we have here is a 9, which means it's the middle digit.
Right, and in box 9 on the bottom row, since there's a 7 on that yellow line, the 4 has to come out because 4 is... So it's one of us 5 and the other is 3 or 6.
This has to be 1. This is 2 and 4.
Yeah.
What's left over in this column? 3, 6, and 9 are out, but so are 4 and 5 and 7. But this is 1, 2, 7, and 8. This is the only spot a 3 can go, which is green or purple. But that means this is green or purple, and it means it's a 6. Get a 4, 5 there. Not a 3, not a 6. This is not 3, 6, or 9, or 7, and not 2. And not 5. 2, 5, 9, 4. Have to have 8.
Okay, in boxes 5 and 6, the if you look at the blue lines, then the order is reversed because if looking down, that one is the same as cell 9 in box 6, over the same group. So
Let's actually mark that as gray and black.
and it can't be the column in box 6, it can't be 6 with 1 2, because in box 3 those would have to both be 8.
Oh, right.
You see what I'm saying? I just
Yeah.
noticed that.
Five and 1 then. 4. Places of 4. This is an 8 because of the 1 2 pair. 6. 3 6 6 1 8 pair. Breaks this one.
Uh-oh. How'd that happen?
Because as soon as we got that, because, okay, so we placed this 9, because it had to be the same group as the end.
Right.
So that places this 9, and then what can this be? It's not 4, 5, and 6, according to this, and according to that, it's not 7 and 9. And it can't be a 3, because there's a 3 6 pair, but now those are all together. So that makes this 3 and 6. But because if this was a 6 with a 1 2, those would both be 8, like you said earlier. Five and 3. Now we don't have 3, but now there's only means this is 8 and 1. 6 and 7 are removed. So 4s are. 4s are removed here. 8 and 4, 5. 5, 1, 2, 1, 8. Is it 4 over here?
Yeah. It was probably just a misclick.
Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 9. 2, 4, 9, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, orange cannot be 6 on that 5.
Right.
The yellow, yeah.
Six, 1, 2, 9, 8. Top one's not a 3. 3, 4, 5, and 7.
Oh.
Two,
Oh, no,
7.
never
It's
mind.
a 7 out.
Just the same. 2, 8, or 7.
Three, 6, and 9. Also not 2 or 7. 1, 4, 5, and 8. And they're not a 1, 4 pair. Or no, they could be a 1, 4 pair. Or a 5, 8 pair. And one of these is orange.
Right.
So this is not. This is green or purple. But it's different from these two. So I guess what I want to do is I want to take out green and purple over here. And I want to assign 3, 6, 9 to be green. This one ends up being purple. Okay, this is orange and purple. And this is orange and purple. So this one is orange. And this is orange and purple. But 5 and 7 are in the same group. That's not enough information. And these three are all the same. They are purple or green. This 2 or 7 is purple. We know that these two are the same, and they're orange or purple. This is orange or purple. Excuse me, this is orange and purple. So I'm finished with orange, but I'm also finished with purple. Because this is green purple, that's a purple, and this is orange purple. So these two digits are both green.
Are green. Well, the one on the right is a 3.
Places 7, 2, 9, 1, 8, 3. 1, 8, 7. 7. 7 is suddenly purple. So that means these aren't. That's 1 and 8. And 4 isn't in the 8 group.
Yeah, orange is 2,
5,
5, or 8.
That's an 8 there. That's a 2. This is 1, these aren't. And 1 is in the purple group. So is 4. 8 and 5 and 2 are all orange. 9s, 3s, and 6s are all green. But this being purple means none of these can be purple because they're all the same. So that's 6, 7, 3, and 9. That makes that a 6. Which means this is purple. And it goes green, purple. It's green. 5, 3, green. This one is purple. And purples are 1, 4, 7. 4. And green is 3, 6, 9. That's a 9. This has to be purple here in the middle, which is a 4, 5, a 1. Four, those aren't. 4s are purple. What's left over? 3, 8, 1, 5, 4, and 9. And this one's not a 7, this one's not a 6. What's left over in this box? 3 and 9. We also have 6 removed. 1 and 5 and 6 from the column. 8, 4, 7 from the column. 1, 5, and 8 from the column. For the remaining 2 in this column, 3, 5, 4, and 7. Not a 3, which makes this a 4, 5, 7. There's 3 in the box because of these 2 3s and those not being 3s, which is going to fix this group. These 2 are 8 and 9, I think, which are fixed. 8 is orange, 9 is green. One, 2, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. So that's all of those. Neither are 4 or 2, and this one's not a 5. Now 2 has to be one of these two, so it's none of those. Which I guess is also shown by these, which means this isn't a 2. 4, 7 pair places a 5. 1 and 7 are both in the purple group. 2 and 4. 7, 4, purple. 7, 2, 4, purple. 1, 2, 8, 6, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 2. And 1, 4, and 7 are purple. 3, 6, and 9 are green. 2, 8, and 5 are orange. 8 is here, and 6, so green and orange. And I don't see 5, which is orange, and I don't see a 9, which is green. And these are purple, and these are orange, and oranges are 2, 7, 1, 1, 7. There we go. That one took a while. We missed some obvious things like the 1, 2 here.
Right.
And then I took a long time to switch the coloring around, which I think helped. Then this row was completed for a while, and this 3 was just sort of waiting. But that one was fairly difficult, I think. But other than that, any other commentary on that one?
Nope.
Alright, next puzzle. Impossible? By Damasosos92. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Place the digits 0 to 8 once each into the 3x3 boxes. Digits may not repeat in the same row, column, or box of the 6x6 grid. Digits in cages do not repeat. Cages all sum to the same total. All the question marks are different digits from 1 to 6 and act as a full rank clue and an X sums clue at the same time. Full rank. Considering all rows and columns as 6-digit numbers read from the direction of the clue and ranked from lowest to highest, the question mark represents where in the ranking that row column lies. X sums. The question marks give the sum of the first X digits in their respective row or column, where X is the digit nearest to the clue. Okay. I'm not certain I get the rules on the first reading.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that just means read them again. Okay. Scoot forward a little bit. Place the digits 0 to 8 once each into the 3x3 boxes. Okay. Digits may not repeat in the same row, column, or box of the 6x6 grid. So I think it's 4 3x3 boxes. And we're using 0 instead of 9. Digits in cages do not repeat. That's standard. Cages all sum to the same total. Okay. All the question marks are different digits from 1 to 6 and act as a full rank clue. So a full rank clue is considering all rows and columns as 6-digit numbers read from the direction of the clue and ranked from lowest 1 to highest 24. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 4 directions, and there are 6 positions along each direction, which is a 24. So a full rank is saying that if we did 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then that would be ranked 1, because it would be the lowest possible way of ordering those digits. And if we did 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, that would be the highest possible ordering of the digits. So that would be ranked 24. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the question marks are also X sums clues, and X sums are the sum of the first X digits, where X is the first digit in that from the direction of the clue. Okay. Alright, so if I look at, say, this question mark over here, if this was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means this question mark would be 1. Guaranteed, it would be 1. But from the other side, it would be a different value, because it's a different number read from the left side. Now, you obviously can't put a 0 here, because whatever this question mark is, it can't be summed to in 0 digits. So the minimum that it could be is a 1. Okay. And we know the question marks are 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of them is the smallest ordering, and it has to have a 1 in the position. And then one of them is going to be the second ordering, and it's going to have a 2 followed by a 0. Okay. You okay, Mama?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And all of the cages sum to the same total.
Right.
So where do we start? Okay, I think this one's a notepad puzzle. So we have 1 has to start with a 1. 2 has to start with 2, 0. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 is going to have to be 2, 1. And then 4 question marks. 4, well, it can't be 2, 2. But it can be 3, 1, 0. And then 3 question marks. a 5, it could be 2, 3, except it has to be read as larger than this value. So it could be 3, 2, 0, and then 3 question marks. And I think it has to be and then finally 6 can be 3, 2, 1, and 3 question marks. Because it has to be read as bigger than the 5th smallest. Because I can't do it in 4, because 4 and 0 means I need to get 2 in 2 digits, which isn't possible. So it has to be 3, 2, 1. So yeah, I think this is our starting point. So anywhere there's a question mark, this has to go 1, 2, 3. And then from here, let's see, do digits repeat in cages?
No.
No. So the minimum sum of 5 digits is, with a 0, 1 through 4. So the minimum 10. Now, this one cannot be 6. In fact, which ones could be 6? Because it can't be this one, and it can't be that one. It can't be either of those two. So one of these two is going to be 3, 2, 1. Oh, except it can't be this one. Because 1, 2, 3 would be that. Would cancel out that one. So it can't be here. This one's 3, 2, 1. So this is our 6th column. And that, I mean, that it doesn't really matter what we do for the last 3. Because I don't think there's a way to get in between. Well, I guess it's possible. But we should still pay attention to what the sums can be. But we know where the 6th column is.
Alright, well, the one that's to the left of box 1, the question mark there. If you bring up the notepad again, the second digit can't be a 1, 2, or 3.
Right. In fact, the only thing the second digit can be, well...
So that's going to have to be one of the 2 lowest.
Right.
So that can't be a 3 in the position. Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's possible to transpose these two. This could be read as 0, 1. And 0, 2. Which would allow this to be 1, 2. And if we allow a 0 in here or here, then this can become a 3 again. Okay. This one has to be 1, 2, or 3. Okay. If neither of those are 3... Oh, wait. We have 3 3s. And this one can't be a 3. So one of these is a 3, and one of those is a 3. And it's going to be 301 and 302. But both of them have to have a 0. So where can I put 2? The only place is here. Except where can I put 3 then? Because it has to be 2 and 1, and both of these are going to have either 2 or 1. Hold on, did I do this correctly? 1 has to be a 1, followed by 5 digits of some type. 2. The only way to get 2 in the x sum is it can't be done in 1 digit, so it has to be done in 2 digits. The only thing to follow that is a 0. 3. It has to be larger than the 2. And so, this is a minimum of 2. I can't do it in 3 digits, because I'd have to do 0 and 1, and now I'm at 4. So this has to be 2, and a 1, and 4 question marks. 4. I can't do it in 2, because I would need 2 more. And I can't do 2. I can't do 2, 2. So it has to be done in a minimum of 3, followed by 1 and 0, or 3, 0, 1. Followed by 3 question marks. Five, because it has to be larger than 4, has to also start with a 3. I can't do 4, because then I do 1 and 0, and I've run out of digits. So it has to be done in 3. And if I did a 1, I would need another 1, which isn't possible. So it's going to have to be 3, 2, and 0, but it might be 3, 0, 2, with 3 question marks here and there. 6, it has to be larger than 5, so it has to start with a 3. If I try to start with a 4, I need 2 more. But I can't do 2 1s, and I can't do a 2 with 2 0s. So it has to be a 3. And that's going to have to be followed by 2 and 1. But it could also be, of course, 3, 1, 2. If the 5 isn't 320. Okay. And again, so the only starting digits were 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. If I did 1, 2, 3, in either of these positions, it would break the other one. So neither of these are 6. Neither of those are 6, and this can't be, because if it was 3, 2, 1, it would break that, because digits don't repeat in a box. This has to be 3 and a 1, 2 pair. So now, since I have 3 3s, 3 has to be here and here. So I'm done with 6. Three and 2 can pair with 1. But the only way for 4 to work with either of these is if the last digit overlaps with the second digit. So this has to be a 3, and this has to be a 3. And this has to be 2. And we have 0, 1. So this has to be 2, and 0, and 1. And this is our final 2 with a 0 or 1 after it. And it can't be a 1 because there's already 1 in that box. So this is 2, 1, this is... And this is 320, so this has to be that way. Okay. I think that was logical.
Yeah.
It was something. That's for sure. Alright. And now this sum is the same as that sum, which is the same as this sum, which is the same as that sum, and this one. So orange and purple are the same sums. They aren't necessarily coordinating any particular groups in any particular way. But one thing we know is that everything across this row, in fact, I have to use the digits 4 through 8 here, including here. Because if I used any other, I guess I could use a 3 if anywhere was allowed for a 3. In like these two places. But the reason I have to use all of these digits that are larger than 3 is because I have to make sure that I don't, the value of the digit or the row or column as it's read from one side or the other must be larger than this 6. Because these are the 6 smallest values if you read across the row or across the column from either side. So if I were to put a 1 anywhere along the border, then it would enter into this range.
Right.
Same with a 2. So they have to be at least a 3 or larger and on the border. Okay. Which means that my sum here, it can't be 9, it can't be 10, it has to be 11 or larger. So my sums, page sums, are 11, are greater than or equal to 11. Plus 3 is 14. And they are less than or equal to 7, 8, and 1 is 16. Because I could put a 7 and an 8 in here, plus 1. (14 through 16). Okay. So for that, 3012. But there's only 5 digits available here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that whatever this is... This is the same value. Okay. No 9s. And these cannot be 1 or 2. And none of them can be 3. These can't be 0. This one can't be 0, 1, 2, or 3. 0, 1, 2, or 3. 0, 1, 2, or 3. 0, 2, 3, and the top one not a 1. And I didn't mark this one for some reason. Never 9, 0, 1, or 2. Okay. $13 is 8 and 5, so I don't have a restriction there. But in here, I cannot... How... Uh-oh. I cannot... So the largest sum is 16, and the smallest is 14. So the minimum sum here is 13, and I don't have 9, so there's no 4s there. But that's not super helpful. Mama!
No wonder it got so quiet. I wasn't seeing anything, but I thought you were just staring too.
Yeah. So it seems like we got disconnected briefly, but we are back. I filled the grid with lots of digits. And I took 4s out of this cage. So the thing we're still trying to
You're not
determine.
sharing with me. Sorry.
Oh, I do need to share my screen again. Screen, go.
Oh, thank you.
So I guess these groups here. Yeah. The normal sum of a Sudoku box is 45, but if we take a 9 out, it's 36. And if we have 2 of those, that's 72. And within that, I have 4 regions with a 1 on the outside. But then I also have 3 remaining digits. So that's not quite helpful. I don't think it's impossible to mess up the order of these now.
6.
Because they're guaranteed to be in the correct order.
Right.
And even... Okay. This one is the only one that would be a problem. If I were to place a 3 here, then this would read 3-0, which would be less than 3-2-1. So this one cannot be a 3. But then, even if this is a 3, you can follow it with a 4 and be just fine. Except, can I even put a 3 here? 3 and 8 is 11. And another 3 is 14, so that's possible. Oh, wait. I have to put a 3 in here. And 3 and 8 is 11, plus 3 is 14, so the sum has to be 14. So this is a 3-8 pair, because I have to use a 3 in all of the...
pages, or boxes.
Yeah. And so that was the minimum that these could be, so this ends up being an 8. And we know that this is 11.
Well,
Oh, wait.
to the left, that cage now needs a 4.
Yeah. So this isn't a 7.
And in box 2, 3 and 11, it's 5-6.
Right. And this is 5, 6, and 7. So this is an 8. That's an 8. That's a 3. These aren't 8s.
And that cage that goes from box 1 to box 2 with the 1 and 0, 8. 1 and 8 is 9 plus 5.
And 5 takes out 6. 5 takes out 6. 8 misses the 3. 4, 7, 5, 6 in either direction. I need a 1 in this box, and the only place it can go is here. I need a 0 in this box, and the only place it can go is here. So this needs to sum to
13.
13. So there's no 4.
Can't have a 4.
So 8 and 5 are a 6-7 pair. Well, the 4 and 5 is guaranteed. So this isn't a 4, which means this isn't a 7.
Box 3 only has one spot for an 8.
Oh, that means this is a 5 then. So 4, 4, and 7s. 4, 7, 6. 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, and 6, and we're done. Holy cheese, that was... I know the time doesn't reflect it, but I think that was a very difficult puzzle. If I hadn't pulled this up, if we hadn't used the notepad, I don't think it would have been possible. I mean, I guess I don't want to say it would be impossible, but I don't think I have the brain capacity to keep all of those numbers in my head, and do that. It was a very difficult puzzle, I think. I still liked it. And it didn't have like long chains of logic. It was just the mathematics behind it was quite difficult. So I don't know. That one was really hard. But we got through it. Any commentary on that?
No.
All right. Then let's go ahead and take a look at the next puzzle as I pull up YouTube on my phone again, so I have access to chat in case anybody said anything. It doesn't look like it. Nope. Alright, then we are on to 10 Types of Lines by Math Pesto. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in a circle appear at least once, each in the 4 surrounding cells. From left to right, top to bottom, the following lines have the following properties. Whisper, green. Adjacent digits differ by 5 or more. Thermo, gray. Digits increase from the bulb to the end. Renban, purple. The line contains a set of consecutive digits, not necessarily in order. Between, gray. Digits on the line are between the values in the circled ends. Region sum, that's what those blue lines are called. I'd forgotten that from before. Region sum, blue. Digits on the line have the same sum in each box the line is in. 10 line, gray. The line consists of one or more contiguous groups of cells, each of which sums to 10. Groups cannot overlap. Nabner line, yellow. No 2 digits may be consecutive. It's a reverse Renban. Parity, red. Adjacent digits alternate between odd-even parity. Modular, black. Every set of 3 sequential digits contains 1 digit from 147, 1 from 258, and 1 from 369. And entropic, orange. Every set of 3 sequential digits contains 1 digit from 123, 1 from 456, and 1 from 789. Alright, it's a lot of rules, but I think they're mostly standard ones that at least we're used to.
Right.
So I'm ready if you are.
Yep.
Alright. So we've got a German whisper line here, and this one is a 10 line. Well, okay.
It's going to have to be 2 and 2, or because it can't be 1 through 4.
Right. And it can't be 3 and 1.
Which means the center digit of column 5, or column 1 is a 5. Woohoo, we have a digit.
Mm-hmm. 6, 7, 8, 9 here for our region sum line. Which I guess means that the top half is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the red line? Parity. Odd, even. Well, if that's 2 odds and 2 evens, 2 odds and 2 evens, and this has to be 2 odds and 2 evens, the digit left over has to be
Right.
Odd.
Odd.
And the reason we know that the Renban is 2 odds and 2 evens is because consecutive digits alternate odd, even. So if we were to put them in order, it would go odd, even, or even, odd, even, odd. Well, the quadruples here have 2 and 8 linked up. So we know that our 2s and 8s must be in there.
What was the orange line? Was that
On
one
the far right corner,
Yeah.
that one is entropic, low, middle, and high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. The blue line at the top cannot be 6. Cannot sum to 6. Because that would be 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. And it's also not possible for this digit to be 1, 2, or 3, because that would mean that another digit down here, this one specifically, would be 1, 2, and 3. Because then that would be another digit up here, and then we'd also have to have 4 and 5, but 4 and 5 is already 9, plus at least a 1 makes 10. So we know that these two are not 1, 2, 3. They are something else. And as far as 4, 5, and 6 goes, we have to have one of those. So whichever group this one is the opposite. So this one is red, and we know we have 2 lows and a middle, and this is whatever those are, they're opposite. I don't know if coloring that column makes a whole lot of sense, but I think I'll leave this part in. I guess this is also low in purple, not low in middle. But doesn't matter that much. Get rid of the borders in here. 1 and 9 is out because of the lockout lines. We've got a 4-digit Nabner line. So it could be all the evens. It could be all odds, or it can be a mixture. It does not necessarily. There's no
something I
particular.
was
Go ahead. Sorry.
noticing in box 3 on the blue line.
Mm-hmm.
There can't the top one can be, but the bottom two cannot have a 2 in it because of where the 2s are in the
quadruples over here.
and the in box 9 the green can't have an 8. Box 9 the green square can't have an 8 because where the 8s are in
They're in the wrong elevation.
Yeah. So that can't be an 8.
No, this one can still be 8, because then I can do 8 there and there.
Oh, right. I meant, okay, yeah, never mind. I
Can't put 8s in the middle,
can't put 8s in the middle.
but the green square is fine. And of course, the 10s are also 2 highs and 2 lows, and the German whisper line at the top is 2 highs and 2 lows. Okay. If this was a 7, we'd also have to put 8 and 9. But then the Nabner line down here won't work, because the smallest I can make it is 1, 3, 5, and then I would have to do something that would be consecutive, because 7, 8, and 9 are all used up, but 1, 3, and 5 means that I can't use 2, 4, or 6, and I can't use 7, 8, or 9. So then that runs out of options. So this one isn't 7, so this is 6. And I think the same logic applies in reverse. If I did 9, 7, 5, if I made this a 3, 2, 1, then I can't do 1, 2, 3. I can't do 4, 6, or 8. Nor can I do 5, 7, or 9. So I run out of possibilities there. So this isn't a 3. This isn't a 4. But 1 and 2 and 8 and 9 are just fine. Okay, but one thing about this German whisper line is the high and low digits up here are the other groups of 10.
Right.
But I could do 4, 9, 1, and 6. That is a thing I could do.
Right.
If I did a 3, though, it would be surrounded by 8 and 9. But then I couldn't do any 10s. So
Well, you can have 7, 2, 8, 3.
yeah, I can't put
And then
3, 4, 6,
9
or
and 4,
7
6.
in the middle.
Right.
And actually, because I can't put those digits in the middle, I can't put their partners on the edge. So this is going to have to be 4, 6. Well, no. I can put 3 or 7 over here. So the ends are unrestricted. It's just the middle that is. Except the quadruples here. There's no 2s. So I have to do 1, which means I also have to do 9. But we don't know where the 9 is, but that places a 9 in one of these two positions. But that's not enough information yet. What is being missed? Well, the fact that one of these has to be 8 or 9 takes the 8 out of this cell, because it would be 8 and 9, and then those would both be 1s. And so now we have 8 here in box 2. Which means that this digit's not a 9. But otherwise not helpful. Oh, I guess that means we have... Because 8's here, that means 8's down here. Because this can't be an 8. Okay. But now... Where is 9 in this box now? We know because there's a 1 on the German Whisper line at the top that we cannot put a 9 on the 10 line.
Right.
Because there's an 8 on the Nabner line, you can't put a 9 on there. So 9 has to be here. Well, this quadruple here requires a 9 on it. But again, we can't put a 9 on the 10 line, and it can't go here. So it must go there. We have a 9 here. And so now we have a 9 over there. Although since it isn't in one box, I don't really want to put it like that. So then, where do 9s go in here? Well, it's neither of those two, and it can't be here. And it can't go on the Nabner line, and it can't go on the bulb. So 9's one of those two. There's nothing stopping it from being this green digit. But I don't think there's anything stopping it from being here either. But then we end up with 9s like this. Now, I can't put a 7 in here either. So 7 has to be up here. Okay, I mean, sure. So, what else? It is approaching 10. In fact, it is 9:59. And I feel like we're not making a ton of progress.
Yeah.
So, perhaps we hit the pause button here and we come back to it.
Yeah, looks like it's probably a good idea.
Alright. So, we will hit the pause button here. We'll come back to this puzzle. Stop recording. But yeah. Alright, then, that is going to be the end of stream. Final thoughts, Mama, about any of the puzzles or anything you want to share?
Not really.
Okay. The puzzles today were either very difficult or quite easy. I think even the 50 as well puzzle was moderately difficult. It wasn't the impossible puzzle. But yeah. So, upcoming stream would just simply be Monday and Tuesday again for Sudoku. And then Friday and Saturday of the next week, so after Monday and Tuesday Sudoku, I'm going to probably be streaming late for Project Zomboid. Have to finalize the plans for those, but it's on my calendar, so I'll eventually put it on the YouTube streaming thingy scheduled stuff. I'm technological and I can do the thingies, you know. Other than that, I don't think there are any upcoming stream events, unless I decide to randomly start playing a video game on stream, which I need to just do. I don't know why I feel anxious about it or something. But alright, other than that, I think that is all of the things, at least as far as streaming is concerned. So, that is that, and I think that is the end. So, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of them fancy YouTube engagement stuffs. Share the video with your friends, your family, all of the other people you can think of, and so on. It helps out the channel quite a bit. I hope. I've not had this channel for very long, and it's not very big yet. But I think that's it. Good night.